A sneaky scam targeting Venmo users, how you can make sure you aren't being tricked into paying the wrong person. A delivery disappears. Just wait until you see what happened to one family's Uber Eats order. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. We'll have more on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, the Santa Ana winds are back, and you will really feel them when you walk outside. In addition to the winds, we will also see fire danger increase through Friday. My goodness, you might have heard the rustling of trees and you'll likely feel the gusts. Southern California is once again on alert for potential fires. And SoCal Edison says it is considering power shutoffs to at least 68,000 customers in an effort to prevent power equipment from being damaged and starting a fire. This would affect less than 2% of all of the utilities customers. We're checking in with meteorologist Belen De Leon. She's here with an update on how long the Santa Ana winds will stick around.
Hi everyone, we're tracking some Santa Ana winds. They're expected to pick up on Wednesday morning, peak Wednesday evening into Thursday, with humidity lowering into the single digits and teens. It's not until Friday when we finally see some improvement in the wind department. Until then, we're under a wind advisory through Thursday afternoon, gusts potentially reaching speeds between 55 to 60 miles per hour in those typical Santa Ana wind-prone spots. This is going to cause some difficult driving, could cause some tree damage, some power outages, and of course, it's going to increase fire danger. The weather is expected to be drier on Thursday. That's why a fire weather watch has been issued for the LA and Ventura County mountains. The potential for any fires to start is high, so be safe and smart with any fire sources. Temperatures for the rest of the week will stay nice. At least we have that with plenty of sunshine. Look at the trend in West Covina, upper 70s and 80s, a little warmer on Sunday. Now, next week, the temperatures do take a dip through the middle of the week. I know it's been dry lately, but next week we could see a chance for rain. Stay tuned.
LA will consider freezing rent increases for many rental properties at least through next summer. LA County's rent stabilization and tenant protections ordinance from last year capped rent increases to 3%. Well, that's expiring at the end of the year. The LA City Council will vote on whether to extend that and prohibit rent raises in the city through July 31st of next year. Meanwhile, in unincorporated areas of LA County, there will be a 4% cap on rent increases in rent-controlled apartments. The Board of Supervisors voted to extend the cap through the end of June 2024. Law enforcement is asking for the public's help in learning what happened to Paul Kessler. The 69-year-old Jewish man died after a confrontation at a rally protesting the Israel-Hamas war. People continue to gather at the intersection where Kessler fell and hit his head on the ground Sunday. The Ventura County Sheriff says moments before the fall, Kessler had interacted with a 50-year-old man from Moore Park who was attending a rally called Freedom for Palestine. Kessler was counter-protesting with a group called We Are Pro-Israel. The sheriff says investigators need more witnesses or anyone with cell phone video of the confrontation to come forward.
These witnesses providing conflicting statements about what the altercation and who the aggressor was.
He's a husband and a father. He just recently retired. He was looking to spend his golden years doing something nice.
The man involved in the confrontation with Kessler called 911 and is cooperating with police. The rabbi says the Kessler family hopes that Paul's death will not be used as a reason to spread hate and instead be seen as a wake-up call for more understanding and healing. Apps like Venmo can make digital payments easier, but the app is warning consumers about crooks trying to trick you out of your money. Here's Linda Baquero from NBC New York with more ways to protect your digital wallet.
Social payment apps like Venmo are great for splitting bills at restaurants or reimbursing a friend for a shared expense, but they're also a target for consumer scams with messages like this.
I'm at the store, I left my wallet home, can you Venmo me like $3.50?
Venmo's online help center warns users about the fake prize or cash reward, a call from Venmo, or payments from strangers.
One possible scenario, a stranger sending you money and then contacting you to say they sent it by mistake. At that point, they'll then ask you to send the money back as a new payment.
Venmo warns, don't exchange payments with people you don't know. If you don't know the person who paid you, you should contact Venmo as soon as possible to help reverse the payment. They recommend you block users who send unsolicited payments or requests. And what about your payment feed on Venmo? The default setting is public. If you don't want everyone to see every one of your transactions, adjust the privacy setting either to friends only, so that only your Venmo friends can see your feed, or switch to private. Then the only way to see items is under the Me tab and your list of transactions.
I do that when I'm sending like more sensitive things, like if I'm sending something to my mom, I'll do that.
Usually most of my transactions are private.
Mine are private
Why is that?
because I look at other people's transactions, so I keep mine to myself.
I have my feed on private. Yeah, it's always weird to me that you can like see everybody else's transactions. I don't know why people do that.
Venmo, which is owned by PayPal, says it updates information to help users avoid common scams.
Venmo's feature where you put in the last 4 digits of their number, I think I've found that helpful, like an extra layer of like insulation to make sure that you're not being scammed.
If you believe you're a victim of a scam, contact the app's support team. Linda Beccaro, News 4 New York.
Several women who say they were attacked by a driver in Southern California now say their constitutional rights were violated. You may remember this video, a man beating on a car with a metal pipe in Glendale. He was arrested for a string of similar attacks that date all the way back nearly 20 years and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. 4 of his victims now claim the LA County's DA's office failed to inform them of their rights under Marsy's law. That includes not being told that he was offered a plea deal and not being informed about the sentencing date.
The emotional distress and psychological damage this caused remains long after the incident is over, especially now that there's the very real possibility that he can get released sooner than 5 years.
The women say they hope to see reform for victims' rights in the future. Drive-through traffic is up 30% since before the pandemic. That's according to a report by the New York Times. Some chains are preparing for lines that can accommodate 75 cars at once. But while the line is longer, the number of people eating inside is down by nearly half. Industry experts believe that's because the love of mobile ordering is up and the need for social interaction is down. Instagram is testing a new feature. It lets users turn off read receipts for direct messages. So this means if you've read someone's message, they won't see the seen label below the message. You can access Instagram's privacy and safety menu by tapping on the name of the profile under a chat. Now, if users are part of the test, they will see a toggle switch to turn off those receipts. Instagram isn't saying exactly when this may roll out to all users. I'm gonna have to test that out. Well, it can be a pain sometimes trying to come up with and remember passwords for all the websites and online services we use, right? But now tech experts say they may have an easy and fun solution. So their advice, in addition to a number, a symbol and a capital letter. Throw some emojis into the mix. Now, they say that since there are more than 3,600 standardized emojis right now, when you incorporate them into your passwords, that basically makes them uncrackable. They say hackers have yet to catch up with this tactic, but there is a downside. So emojis are much easier to enter on your smartphone, right, than they are on desktop computers. So we're still gonna have to figure that part out. People has named its sexiest men alive. This year's winner says he was completely shocked. Patrick Dempsey was awarded that cheeky title for 2023. There he is. The Ferrari actor and former Grey's Anatomy star says his 3 children will pick on him a little bit for it, but he says it keeps him young. He added that it's nice to have the recognition and the ego boost, but it also gives him a platform to use it for something positive. People has been naming as sexiest men alive since 1985. The first to win was Mel Gibson. Congratulations. Well, a new lease on life for a pair of exotic animals that were found in a pretty tough spot. So these 2 baby alligators now call a wild animal sanctuary in San Bernardino County their new home. Loki and Sylvie were rescued last week from a house in San Bernardino. The Forever Wild Exotic Animal Sanctuary in Phelan stepped up to take the alligators in, thank goodness, and they are on the road to recovery.
Main goal right now is to get them a health check, make sure that they're doing okay, that we're just getting them on a well-balanced diet, so that way their skin can heal and then they can continue to grow.
Loki and Sylvie were named after characters on the Disney Plus show Loki. The sanctuary is now raising money to build them a more permanent home. It's good to see them healthy. Well, it may be just the second week in November, but the Christmas tree at the Americana at Brand in Glendale is now up. That's right, the big arrival happened around 6 a.m. Tuesday. The 80-foot tall white fir will now be decorated with 12,000 glittering lights and more than 8,000 ornaments. I know it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a sight to see. A baby girl from North Dakota doesn't know it yet, but she just upheld a family tradition that now spans 3 generations. We'll say hello to little Tegan Weber Linton, a cutie pie. She arrived a week before her actual due date on what's become a very lucky and special day for her family. October 23rd, her birthday, is also the day her mother and her grandmother were born. Tegan's grandma says her arrival is one of the 2 best birthday presents she's ever received.
I was very surprised, yes, blessed, very blessed.
I thought it was a possibility, but never in a million years.
I thought that would be really cool if she would be born on my birthday and my daughter Valerie's birthday, and God blessed us.
Tegan's mom and grandma have always celebrated their birthdays together. They have a big family party that dates back 34 years, and now they have a new birthday girl to add to the festivities. What a pleasant surprise, and perfect timing, by the way. A Florida family got a big surprise after ordering Taco Bell from Uber Eats. So when they went to the porch to grab their food, it was missing. Where did it go? So the family looked at the Ring camera video to try and piece together exactly what happened. Well, the delivery driver dropped off $45 worth of Taco Bell food, and moments later, look at this, a bear walks up and swipes it right off the front porch. He even comes back for the sodas. Can you believe it? It turns out they were able to get a refund from Uber Eats. Let's just say it was very, very hungry. And I'm sure that Taco Bell was very, very good. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.